Let's call on the starting lineup for our Savouge RTU Basilan. Outside spiker number 2, team captain Lawrence Senyoron. Middle blocker number 3, Charlie Magpayo. Middle blocker number 8, Jason Angeles. Outside spiker number 11, Mark De La Peña. Starting setter number 15, Kenneth Hernandez. And opposite spiker number 21, Amil Bahar. Their starting libero is number 7, Jack Enon. And the head coach for RTU is Sabtal Abdul. And now the starters for the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers. Outside spiker number 13, team captain Kim Tan. Outside spiker number 2, AC Ginto. Middle blocker number 7, Fernie Kuramin. Opposite spiker number 11, Razel Palisok. Starting setter number 15, JC Desuyo. And middle blocker number 19, JD Diwa. Their starting libero is number 8, Rick Alfaro. And the head coach for Alpha Omega is Ejet Mabayad.
That's it so far. You've seen our courtside host with the first 6 from both teams. As you see on your screens, the Savouge RTU Basilan. We got Angeles, Senyoron, Hernandez, Amil Bahar, De La Peña, Magpayo, and Enon as their starting libero. And for the other side, for our Alpha Omega Elite Spikers, we got Palisok, Kuramen, Tan, Ginto, Diwa, Desuyo, and Alfaro. So far, once again, your Savouge with 1-0 so far. Samantalang itong Alpha Omega Elite Spikers rather, is currently at 0-1. So definitely looking for that first win in this 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Again, as my partner earlier mentioned, there are 24 teams competing in this conference. Tita Mels, gaano ba ka-exciting yun? Magkaroon ng 24 teams na naglalabanan in our last tournament of the year.
That's super exciting kasi imagine, sa 24 na yan, isa lang yung magcha-champion. So masasabi natin best of the best talaga.
Right, definitely. And a long way to go. As you mentioned earlier, only the top 2 teams from each pool will advance to the quarterfinals. So per pool, if you missed it earlier, merong 6 na team. So talagang matindi yung labanan. Every game counts, every set counts. Kasi baka mamaya quotient magkatalunan. But so far, the action here has started between these 2 teams. Better rally after that first service error point that the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers got. Another error, free point for these boys or gentlemen in white and black.
An early challenge to be called by the RTU Basilan. Itong si Lawrence Senyoron sumisenyas kay first referee na may check ball daw. So we're gonna see if that point will be replayed and rewarded to Savouge, or it will remain with Alpha Omega.
So far, looking into the statistics in their prior matches, talagang lamang na lamang sa blocking and service aces itong Savouge. Again, a good treat for us volleyball fans all over the world since meron tayong, but before that, let's check the challenge. We got this slow-mo replay, but so far, there's no block touch.
And if you saw his form also when he went for that approach, medyo nakailalim siya. So there's really a big chance na outside yun. At outside nga. And it's an early lead by the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers, 2-0 here to start the first set.
Desuyo with that serve. Oh!
Combination play executed by Hernandez. You know what? I did cover their previous game against Letran, and I picked itong si Hernandez as the player of the game dahil ang dami naming nakitang combination plays, and he looks so calm when he executes those combination plays. Kaya naman we're really expecting to see more of that today dahil yung bala nila, wala nang reserve dito kasi nga every point, every set, it matters in the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference.
That's right. So far, the Alpha Omega squad has 3 free points off the errors of Savouge. Still early in the set though. Perfect pass there. Once again, Amil Bahar coming from the right side.
Ganda ng ipit na yon as we take a look at this slow-mo replay. Just look at that. Napakagat yung middle blocker nitong Alpha Omega doon sa attacker ng gitna dito sa Savouge. Leaving Amil Bahar with a big opening.
Ooh, but another costly error there. Free point for the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers.
No, itong Savouge team, they're a relatively young team as well.
Right.
Despite them, winning in the last game. Pero yung kanilang pattern ng disiplina sa mga errors, kasi ang ganda ng mga combination plays nila, mga atake nila. But it would, it usually happens, or at least basing it from their last game na yung momentum na bibigay nila because of those service errors. So let's see if na-solusyonan na nila yan ngayon because right now, ganun pa rin yung nagiging trend. Just look at that. Savouge with 3 service errors already.
3 service errors out of the 4 points that they gave freely to Alpha Omega, but so far Alpha Omega, that actually went out. I thought they already made their own point in that last rally, but so far that first error, that first free point for Savouge. You got 4 all here in set number 1.
Well, the referee also took a while to call that point, but ito nga, the trend continues for Team Savouge, throwing away another service error. Ito yung what Letran team failed to capitalize on last game. Dahil kahit na ganyan yung nagiging trend for Savouge, talagang bawing-bawi sila sa atake. But let's see if itong Alpha Omega makakuha ng advantage dyan sa mga pagpapabigay ng puntos nitong Savouge.
And there you go, Ginto and Diwa teaming up for that block. Nobody on the side of Savouge to pick that up. Now Alpha Omega up by 2 points. Jump serve. Perfect pass. There was a joust. Ball still alive. Free ball there. Ginto for that hit. Napakanipis. Puntos para kay Ginto and the rest of the Alpha Omega Spikers.
Well, what a luxury for Ginto to have this kind of hang time. Just look at that. Naka-establish na yung blockers niya.
Mismo.
At malaki pa yung blocker niya dun sa cross-court. Pero dun niya pa rin pinadaan because he had that like nanosecond to hold that spike.
And the leaping capabilities here in the Spikers turf, talagang mapapawaw ka na lang talaga. And as we mentioned that, look at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. Punong-puno here on a Friday. Kaya iniimbitahan namin kayo na pumunta dito on your free time. Our game days are on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Watch the action live here in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Whoa! Diwa! Hammer time for Diwa. First technical timeout here, 8-5 in favor of the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers.
you're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Even after their loss versus Centro Mall last week, the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers spent no time hanging their heads and immediately got to work, especially on their service and reception. Sabi ni Coach Edget sa team, okay lang, don't dwell on it, observe what went wrong, what you can do better, and then do better here in their second game versus Savouge. Kung naalala nyo, Mela and Z, itong si Coach Edget din ang coach ng Vanguard that finished 11th last conference. And even though with this new team, their loss last game wasn't the way they wanted to start the conference, sabi ni Coach Edget, he feels good about their chances of getting further into the conference this time around, as he says that this team may be young, but they make up for it with their hunger to prove their place in the Spikers Turf. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that insight, Doreen. And ayun na nga, we're really grateful to have this platform, this opportunity for the men's division to have a tournament all year round as well.
And you did mention about the crowd growing
Yes.
as we progress with the league dahil ngayon we have more teams and some of them mga schools pa. That's why
Correct.
we see the support is also growing for our men's volleyball.
Definitely a good move there by our friends from Sports Vision, giving opportunities for all these athletes to prepare initially for their main leagues, but overall exposure for these athletes is always a great thing to have.
And the next thing we know, some of the younger players here are,
The superstars.
already representing our country for
Yes.
international tournaments. So nakakatuwa na this is one of their stepping stones to
Yes.
achieving greater heights in volleyball.
Definitely. There you go. Diwa with that serve, but that one sails out. Free point para sa ating Savouge RTU Basilan squad.
So far, the trend is happening from both sides, not from Savouge and Alpha Omega. Just take a look at the service error tally. 4 for Savouge, 3 for Alpha Omega. A lot of freebie points here in this game.
Free ball there, Hernandez with that set to the middle. Someone was there. Oh, a little miscue there. Free point once again for Savouge. Isa na lang ang alamang ng Alpha Omega Elite after that first technical timeout. What a run here for the Savouge squad.
That was unfortunate miscommunication on the side of Alpha Omega kasi ang ganda nung tip ball nito ni Angeles na depensahan one-handed dig but they weren't able to convert.
Tan, easy ball there. Once again, Amil Bahar with that hit and a net infraction on the side of Alpha Omega.
That was a clear net violation by Tan. Masyadong nakasiksik yung kanyang block. If you take a look at that again, makikita nyo dumikit yung kanyang forearm as he approached for that block.
Medyo nanggigil at dahil dyan, tabla na tayo. Set number 1 here. Easy pickup then. Hernandez once again goes to the middle. Goes to the right this time. Amil Bahar with the tip and the score.
Amil Bahar finally getting a point kasi yung mga tips na yan, I don't know if that's their game plan but they've been doing it a lot in this game. Kanina ito si Angeles na depensahan and right now, ito naman si Amil Bahar will take the point efficiently for Team Savouge.
First time that Savouge squad getting a lead here in this match, 10-9. You got their setter Hernandez serving. Over ball, ball still alive, a joust. Ooh. Somebody stepped in there.
Hernandez.
I think Hernandez's foot went in.
He was
And
trying to save the ball, no? Medyo pasok yung reception. Let's take a look at this go more replay. That could have easily been Angeles' ball dahil siya yung front line. Pero itong si Angeles, si Hernandez rather, yung tumalon.
Right.
But it seems like Kim Tan is okay. He managed to get up, shaking it off.
right. Okay, so far we're good. No injuries. Let's keep it like that, guys. And a point for the Alpha Omega squad here. Desuyo with that serve. Great first ball. Translates to a point there by Angeles.
Angeles mixing it up. Kanina puro power tip. Nakaka-adjust na yung depensa, and just when they adjust, he smashes the ball and gets that point for Team Savouge.
So far, Savouge's distribution has been very effective. Like, kung ako yung blockers nila, hindi ko alam kung sino yung babantayan ko.
Well, basing it on their last game, no,
Yeah.
yung Letran only had single player in double digits.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, itong Team Savouge, 3 players in double digits. And, you know, it's not just the wingers. Even the middles, they're really well fed by Hernandez.
That's right. And look at that. On cue. Back row attack naman ang pumuntos dito, courtesy of Senyoron.
Ganda ng replay. Nakitang-kita mo. Parang second tempo, pero backline.
That's right. Again, catch the action live here in Paco Arena. Kasi grabe talaga ang naipapamalas na skills nitong ating men's athletes here.
Kaya naman, we're calling on the supporters of every team dahil itong Team Savouge, ganda ng kanilang body language.
Yes.
Dahil their fans are really hyping them up in this game.
The fans with all-out support with their gold and blue balloons and clappers here in Paco Arena. Free point there, although for the Alpha Omega.
5 service errors already for Savouge. And ito namang si Kim Tan, seems like, you know, after exploding with 10 points in their last game, parang limited talaga siya, no, in that rotation. I'm not sure if he was able to produce. But speaking of production, just look at the spikers of Team Savouge. Kahit sinong nasarap, kahit sino mabigyan, ang taas ng efficiency.
That's
Let's
right.
take a look at that again.
And rarely you see in the men's division to make plays, that they make plays. But so far, Amil Bahar with so much efficiency here in this match. Ginto. Sumayad sa net. That ball goes out.
It seems like that cross-court area is his favorite angle.
Right.
Kaninang ganda,
Yes.
sobrang nipis, first-line attack. But clearly, talking about the team in general, Alpha Omega is really struggling with their attacks today.
Still finding their groove here and their confidence. That's why Coach Ejet calls for a timeout. Let's listen in.
Diba? Kung nyo ingatan yung follow, kasi nyo, targetin nyo kung saan yung setter nila, doon nyo dalhin para out of system sila. Okay, yun lang. Huwag lang mainip, walang mainip. Okay. Isa-isay natin, tsagayin niya.
Sa kanya, coach.
Sige lang, sige. Yung pwesto sa block, ayoko lang makita na ito ka, ganyan kakalayo. Okay, ito nga, start natin, nagpunta rito, nagko-commit ka agad, hindi mo binabasa, di ba? Para at least ang gagawin mo, side lang. Okay, go.
Ay, Alpha! Mega! Bawal tayo pa.
A little bit of a reminding there from their head coach, Ejet Mabayad. Also a standout back in his college days for the FEU Tamaraws. Now head coaching your Alpha Omega Elite Spikers here. We got Angeles for that serve. Great pickup there. Ginto tries again, but it was an easy pass there.
You know, the way that Alpha Omega Elite Spikers are babying their spikes, talaga namang itong Team Savouge are hammering every attempt they got as they go to the second technical timeout, 16-11.
You're watching the fans of Savouge squad here, talagang present na present. But Spiker Surf is on Pilipinas Live. Watch the Spiker Surf live in HD and on demand by Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. We got tweets here, Tita Mels.
Si Vivi. Sabi niya, ang hirap naman kalaban sa crowd itong Savouge RTU. Oy, parang yung nag-tweet ay nandito rin.
Oo nga eh. I mean, look at them. They're all on that left side of your screens. Kompleto sa props, kompleto sa uniform. At sa tarp. Diba? Exactly.
Those clappers are really hyping up Team Savouge as they take the lead here. 6-point lead. Kanina they were trailing. And once they got the chance to have that lead change, they did not look back. And let's see if they get to maintain that until the end of the set.
Biggest lead so far here. Make that this one right here. 7 points ang lamang ng Team Savouge here. The Alpha Omega still trying to find their group. Their captain, Kim Tan there, leading that huddle.
They really need all the motivation they could get right now.
Definitely.
Things aren't looking good for them. Imagine yung 11 points nila, 8 points dyan galing sa Team Savouge. So they only produced
Errors,
their
you mean?
own points. Tatlo lang.
Wow. Make that 4 off of that kill ni Ginto on that right side. But so far, again, biggest lead, one of the biggest leads so far, 6 points. Pag ganito, Tita Mels, kung ikaw yung Alpha Omega, what should be going in your mind right now?
Well, you need to remember everything you train for because I'm sure tinitraining yan ng bawat team na you're down and you need to make consecutive points because right now, hindi sila pwede makipagpalitan ng isa sa tatlo or isa sa apat. They really need streak of points at this point. Dahil pag ito nag-20 na, that's a different story already.
Mahirap na maghabol by that time. But, almost an ace there. Let's serve. Easy pickup there. Ginto goes up for this hit. Signoron was there. Drop ball. Ginto did not have enough height on that first ball, but so far everything just going right for Team Savouge here.
And this is the effect of those power hits kanina, no? Talagang napapako yung depensa kakaatras and it really makes it hard for the defenders of Alpha Omega to adjust and transition sa depensa dahil hindi nila mabasa yung drop at spike. Just like that, the miscommunication continues on the side of Alpha Omega. And Coach Edge is gonna call for a timeout. Let's listen in.
Malayo pa kayo sa bola. Nandun kayo sa bola lagi, kaya lang wala sa tono yung movement natin. Masyadong malikot, masyado yung magalaw. Diba? Nandun lahat kayo. Dalawa pa nga pang yun. Diba? Dalawang tao pa yung nasaran pang bola. Hindi nag-uusap. Okay? Ilagay lang natin sa tono yung dalaw natin. Magaling po nila.
May tata. Kung pwede, padikit ako konti. Kaya ko, maliit lang yan. Yun lang, trabaho lang, pre. Kaya natin yan, ha? Malayo pa yan. Wala pang last missile, ha? Wala pang last missile. Alpha!
Hindi pa natatapos ang laban hanggat di pa pumipito ang referees. Yan ang payo ng kanilang team captain in Kim Tan, but also Coach Edget reminding them of how important the first ball is. Amil Bahar with that serve. Better first ball here for these guys in white, but a miscommunication there.
You know, right before the timeout, it was a miscommunication among the players, and right after, that's still exactly what's going on inside as Coach Edget tries to shuffle his players. On the other side naman, nagpapalit ng players to, I guess, give experience to the other bench players, especially because this is a big lead established by Team Savouge.
That's right. Diwa out for now. Kabilyan goes in for your Alpha Mega squad. Meanwhile, there's a double substitution on the side of Savouge. Again, ito yung mga moments na sinasabi nila na galingan natin para yung iba nating teammates may experience sa laban na ito. Yes! Ginto goes all out there for that hit, gets a point so far for the Alpha Omega squad.
Again, going for that cross-court area. Parang favorite niya talaga dyan. And it's just really a matter of consistency
Right.
na magawa niya ng paulit-ulit dahil kanina nagkaroon siya ng error. But look at him, so fearless going to that cross-court area. But these errors aren't gonna help Alpha Omega to catch up with Team Savouge, who has 3 points already from getting the first set.
Palisok, I mean, way for him to go all out with that jump serve. High risk, high reward. Pero yun na nga lang, went straight to the net. Meanwhile, De La Peña here for Savouge for that jump serve. Better pick up for Alpha Omega. Tan for that back row hit. Ooh, ball doesn't cross the net there for Senyoron. Okay, things are picking up for Alpha Omega so far. But still a steep hill to climb here. They're still down by 7 points here in set number 1. Ginto. Little pressure there from the service line.
And look at the body language
Yes.
of Ginto and the rest of the elite spikers. Everyone on their sides really looking down right now as the opposite is happening on the side of Team Savouge. Everyone looking hyped and just really playing without pressure.
Good first ball. Goes to Kim Tan, their leader in scoring. This one goes to Palisok, but again, not over. Things are not going right here for Alpha Omega.
And even their top scorer and team captain, Kim Tan, couldn't produce. And very ironic because in their last game, we did talk about him during the pre-game, diba? He was really converting well. And his efficiency was really decent last game. But ngayon, parang iba yung dating eh. Parang hindi niya pinipwersahan. We're not sure if he's nursing a minor injury or anything. But just like that, Team Savouge is gonna get the first set with those help also and enforced errors on the side of Alpha Omega.
That's right, there you go. We got first set wrapped up, 25-16 in favor of Savouge. We'll be back for set number 2. There you have it, folks. In case you missed it, that is set number 1 between Savouge and the Alpha Omega Elite. We got 25-16 in favor of the team in gold and blue. So far, everything just going right for Savouge. Kahit na sobrang dami nilang nagawang errors, they still came out with that win.
Na nabanggit nga natin, even in their last game, ganyan yung naging trend do. Magtatapon sila, pero they will really compensate in their attacks. And especially, we have Hernandez to thank for those combination plays. Pero dito naman, masyadong marami yung tulong na naibigay din ng Alpha Omega dito sa Team Savouge. 12 errors, almost sponsoring half of that first set, diba? Giving it away. That is why nung unang part ng first set, dun lang sila nakalamang. But the moment that Team Savouge really had their attacking game on. Itong Alpha Omega nahirapan na, and look at the struggle with their attacks.
Yes.
Only producing 4 points, but the good thing is nagkaroon sila ng 3 kill blocks against Team Savouge. But again, circling back on their errors, 12 free points given to Team Savouge, and they weren't able to, you know, make up for that in any other departments. Dahil yung 3 blocks nila, masyadong mababa naman yun. They really need to compensate through attacks. And we're hoping na nagising na sila here in the second set so that we could have a more exciting matchup. At itong si Kim Tan, still on the floor right now. A very quiet set for him in the first set. No points for Team Captain Tan. The top scorer so far for Alpha Omega was Diwa. Ginto and Palisok with 2 points each. On the other side, Amil Bahar naman with 6 points for Team Savouge.
So far, the bright spot for the Alpha Omega, yun nga, na-mention mo si Ginto, na mas nagpo-produce so far, and even the body language is a little bit more positive than their previous best scorer in Kim Tan. But on cue, Tan gets that point from the right side of the court. 1-all here in set number 2.
Parang nagising, no? Iba yung form niya kanina nung first set.
Parang medyo timid pa siya noon.
But ngayon, he went for that full swing, getting the point.
Tan with that jump serve. Good first ball. Ooh, nice set there by Hernandez, but blockers in Palisok here for Alpha Omega. Bantay na bantay.
Take a look at that again. Number 7, Kuramin. One-on-one against, I believe that was Angeles, who produced 2 points in the first set. Pero so far, no, kung maghanap tayo ng highlight on the side of Alpha Omega, it's really their blockings. More than the 3 kill blocks, minsan nakaka-check din sila. Yung problema, yung conversion. Right. And make that their 5th block point in this game.
So far, blocking has been the strongest suit here for Alpha Omega. 2 blocks so far in this set.
And you know, naputol nila yung streak na to ni Amil Bahar. Kasi I was gonna ask you prior that point, nakarinig ka na ba ng 100% attack efficiency? Because he's 5-on-5 today. Pero naputol yung streak na yan.
Antonio there going for the cross court, but I guess a challenge coming from the side of Alpha Omega, saying there was a net touch infraction by Savouge.
What a view from our side.
Yes.
Kita natin yung opening at yung dinaanan ng bola na yon. But we need to review this challenge. And kung ano yung nauna, kung yung puntos or yung net touch. Because clearly the net moved, but we don't know if it came after na ba dahil pababa na yung blockers.
Correct. And again, what a treat for us here. Kasi it's almost always as if wala nang dadaanan yung bola. But they always make a way. Especially yung kanina, set number 1, Ginto always trying to squeeze in his cross-court shot there.
Pero pag ganyan kakataas tumalon, parang lahat ng dadaanan nasa iyo din eh.
Yes. Again, also with the higher level of volleyball that we're seeing in both the women's and the men's division, kinailangan na talaga din mag-level up ng ating equipment. So we have a challenge system here right now. We'll see if there was indeed a net touch. Pero parang nakababa na yung bola. So far, wala. So our official says that the ball has already landed when the net infraction happened. That's why the challenge is unsuccessful by Coach Edget and the rest of Alpha Omega. Point still goes to Savouge, who is trailing behind by 1 point so far.
Well, that was a tough call. Pero to our viewers wondering na bakit ganon, clearly net touch.
Yes.
Right before we let the viewers view yung replay, there are multiple cameras that the committee is reviewing. So nakita din nila na nauna na nagland yung bola before that point. And just look at Team Savouge getting more and more points here in the second set. This time from a solid block against Ginto.
3-all, tabla, set number 1. Alpha Omega picking up their energy here in set number 2 as well. Antonio gets blocked. Coverage was there. Jungle ball here. Milbahar pushes it. Easy. Free ball for Alpha Omega. They go to Diwa. Or Palisok rather. Antonio hits it straight to the net. Free point. Alpha Omega.
Si Antonio parang hindi nakabuelo ng maayos. But just look at them. When they commit an error, you don't feel like masyado nilang dinadamdam.
Right.
Very in contrast to how Alpha Omega are taking those errors.
Antonio!
Tuloy pa rin yung rally.
Desui was there. Good pickup there. Free ball. Ginto pushes it. Enon picked it up. Antonio goes for the cross court. But again, sumabit sa net. It goes out. Trying again to squeeze into that super nipes cross court shot.
Well, he was successful during his first attempt. Controversial man is successful pa rin. But this time, the point is going to go to Alpha Omega as De La Peña checks back in for Team Savouge.
De La Peña. Oh, but our second referee calls a net touch there against Alpha Omega. Medyo nanggigil at the net.
Pero let's talk about that combination play. Halos every play netong Team Savouge is single block or delayed blockers talaga. And Hernandez continuing their good attacking game, but babawi din itong Alpha Omega, finally producing points of their own here in the second set and looking like they're more into the game versus their first set performance.
Ginto using his blockers rather for that point. Oh, and gets that block touch. De La Peña tips it. Jungle ball for Alpha Omega. Ginto tips it as well. Oh, Hernandez with that smart play. Again, what a crucial role here for Hernandez, activating all his spikers and then getting his own point in that last sequence.
Veteranong
Yes.
Walaw itong si Hernandez. And as much as we hear it a lot, na setters, leaders yan ng court, sila yung driver ng team. Only a few setters really embody that role. And itong si Hernandez, unang tingin mo pa lang sa kanya, the way he commands the plays, the way he, really leads the team. Very efficient setter and leader for Team Savouge.
Definitely a leader for these men in gold so far, who's now tied again the game in 6 here in set number 2.
Iba talaga ang may kalmado na setter, no? It really translates din sa mga spikers. Kasi yung mga tinatawag na, mga tarantitay setters. Alam mo, natataranta din yung mga spikers nila eh.
Actually, but yes, as you mentioned that, I've been looking at Hernandez and parang sobrang stoic niya. Walang emosyon talaga, mapa-point, mapa-error, which is a sign of a good leadership here in sports. Ginto to serve. Redeeming that error earlier. Hernandez once again.
Sabi mo, stoic siya. Walang emosyon.
Wala talaga.
Nagpapagpag na ng jersey right after that top ball.
But his face, parang nothing happened. Look at that one more time.
Good reach and none of the blockers are ready for that top shot.
Signoron goes cross court. There was a block touch from Desuyo, but that one sails out. This time, Savouge leading 8-7. Let's go to our first technical timeout.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Being one of the most hyped rookies back in the UAP Season 82, aminado si Lawrence Senioron na napaghinaan daw talaga siya ng loob going back to volleyball after the pandemic and finding that he wasn't quite in the level he used to play in. Kwento niya, isang taon din daw kasi siyang hindi nakalabas at nakapaglaro at all because he had to be extra cautious dahil may kasama silang matanda sa bahay. That's why being with Savouge is a huge deal for Lawrence dahil sabi na dito niya ulit naramdaman yung tiwala to perform at a high level. Kaya naman for him, the goal is to take this opportunity to rebuild himself every game and to remind himself of the magic he can do on the court. Melenzi?
Thank you for that story, Doreen. Ayun na nga, na-mention natin during the pregame, he was one of the blue chip recruits for UST. But again, the pandemic has caused so many setbacks, so many pauses and whatnot. But now he sees an opportunity with a different team, and it's always good to gain experience, as we mentioned earlier.
Dami talagang nasirang career ng pandemic.
Naku!
Parang nakakasama ng hugot na to.
Nakaka-trigger pala.
But definitely, ang ganda nga ng comeback na to ni Senioron. Because ever since I saw him play, high school pa lang siya noon. He was
Right.
training while I was in college. Yes, nagkaka-reveal ng age. Pero he has always been a standout. And, the USC community has always waited for him to really explode
Yes.
in the collegiate ranks. But yeah, the pandemic
grabe din naman
happened.
kasi yung competition sa
Oh.
UST. But wow! Speaking of on cue, Lawrence Senioron with that super nipis cross-court hit. Nobody getting to touch that ball, not even the blockers or the floor defenders.
I think he heard us talking about him at pandagdag ng highlight. Okay, here's a
Why not?
first line cross-court hit. And you were talking about how hard it is to compete doon
Yes.
sa... Siyempre, UST, one of the winningest volleyball
Teams,
programs sa
yes.
men's and women's volleyball. And the emergence of rookie MVP Josh
Ay,
Ibanez.
yes, correct.
Grabe na yung
Idol ko
naging
yun.
competition. No? And we can't wait to see him dito
Yes,
sa Spikers
definitely.
Turf.
I mean, we caught Josh and the rest of the Tigers earlier in the V-League, the Collegiate Conference, as well here in Paco Arena. But balik tayo dito sa Spikers Turf. 10-all. Talagang naka-warm up na itong Alpha Omega so far, getting the energy and the confidence they needed here in set number 2.
Back-to-back over-reception from Team Savouge. But they managed to keep the ball in play.
Senioron,
Ayaw challenge ni Coach.
naninigurado, but
Nakikita
Senioron
niya laban.
hitting that straight to the net. 3 point for Alpha Omega.
But so far, itong Team Savouge, wala pa silang challenge since the first set. It's been Coach Edget who's been calling for those challenges as Senioron makes an attack error from that combination play.
Now, there you go. There's a challenge called by Savouge. Block touch daw ang hinihingi natin. But Kim Tan and the rest of the Alpha Omega squad are saying there was a touch. But we have cameras for that just to make sure that the call is gonna be right. Especially na dikdikan na tayo dito set number 2. And yes, there was a touch. Successful challenge there by Savouge. We got Senioron on the service line. Jump serve. Ooh, that one sails out. 3 point for Alpha Omega. Kim Tan naman ang kakana ng service dito.
Itong Savouge, they need to be careful sa mga binibitaw nilang errors. Kasi kanina,
Yes, you're right.
okay lang dahil hindi nakakapag-produce itong Alpha Omega. But right now, it seems like they have more successful attempts in their attack. So, mas dikitan ng laban ngayon. We are tied at 12 all after back-to-back service errors from both teams. And it's good to see that right now, both teams are able to limit their errors. They have 4 apiece in this set.
Ooh, what a combination play there. That you're right, Tita Mels. Talagang gumagawa na sila ng sarili nilang puntos. Kaya ang hirap ng magka-error. Again, every point counts here. Especially, look at the rallies we have so far.
Look at Ginto really flying.
Yes.
Not the tallest player, lalo na kapag OH, di ba? Pag sa men's, height is might dyan
Yes.
sa position na yan. Except of course, may mga exceptions tayo, mga Josh Ibanez,
Oh,
small
na-mention
but
natin
terrible.
kanina. Correct.
But Ginto also emerging as a very small but terrible attacker here for Alpha Omega.
I mean, so far, great coverage also on the side of Savouge. Look at Enon kanina. So quick. I think no problem on the defensive and passing skill set here for this team in gold. Errors
Enon.
talaga.
Itong si Enon, he had 10 digs in their last game with 7 receptions. As Palisok apologizes to Coach Edget. They are gonna get the point though.
Yes.
And we see Coach Edget giving instructions to Ginto. Ganda ng naging performance ni Ginto ngayon dito sa game nila. But last game, he had 5 points in that 3-set loss against Centromol. As De La Peña commits... Oh, sorry, that point is gonna go to them. There is a block touch. But Coach Edget signaling another challenge.
You really feel the intensity and the urgency of our teams, especially in set number 2. Talagang every point counts. So, i-challenge natin yan, especially, you know, you see this dynamic between the coaches and the players asking each other, ano, tatawag ba tayo ng challenge or let's let it go? Kasi nga, dikit, 13-14 so far here in set number 2.
Minsan naman naki-carried away, no? Yung parang hindi nila alam na touch sila because of the adrenaline.
Correct.
But this time, clearly, no block touch on that one. Masyadong ibabaw yung bola. And that point is gonna go to Alpha Omega as they take the lead here, 15-13.
Palisok on the service line. Good serve there, but good first ball as well. De La Peña goes for that kill, but once again, it sails out. But they're asking for a challenge here. A block touch, maybe?
You know, some of the teams, they're also getting the hang of calling
Yes.
those challenges. Kasi dapat pag pinindot mo yung request for challenge, maiangat mo na kung anong challenge. So, minsan nagkakalituan sila, ano ba yung itatawag? Block touch ba? Or in or out ba?
Yes.
It's also a new task for the coaches to master. But this time, I think they're gonna call for
A block,
a block touch challenge.
Let's see that one more time in slow. Ooh. There was a pointy finger touch there. Ever so slightly, but again, with our very crucial cameras positioned
Good eye.
everywhere.
Good eye by the coaches. As Fortuna and Teo come in for Alpha Omega. Itong si Fortuna, he was the second top scorer in their last game against Centromol, and he even came off the bench. So he played all 3 sets, pero off the bench siya ng first 2 sets. Pero nung third set, I think with this good performance, siya na yung nag-start for Coach Edget Mabayad, and he did tally 8 points next to Kim Tan's 10.
Another free point there, giving Alpha Omega the 16th point here in second set. That's our second technical timeout. We'll be back.
siguro is persevered para sa isang coach. Yung perseverance mo na kasabay ng pagtuturo mo, natututo ka din dun sa ugali ng player, sa kung paano mo siya matutulungan. So, mag-a-adjust ka din. So, kailangan yung perseverance mo talaga is mahaba.
Getting to know our players a little bit deeper here in our short segments. Kaya you can catch those on the Pilipinas Live app. Just download for only 149 pesos a month. You can watch these men's volleyball action in the Spikers turf and more. PVL's there, UAP's there.
Fanstream is there.
Fanstream is there, yes.
Kung gusto niyo ng more chikan. And
Yes.
I think Pilipinas Live is just starting right now. I can't wait for
I love
Spikers
it.
Turf to have a fan
Yes.
stream.
Ayun na nga. Ang daming ganap.
Oo.
But again, Pilipinas Live available globally, worldwide, san ka man sa mundo and in any device. That's why tell your friends and family to download that and see those kinds of action here in the Spikers turf.
Senyoron kanina dun sa feature, he was asked yung thoughts sa coach, no?
Yes.
Sabi niya, very persevered, but look at the perseverance of Lawrence Senyoron to go back to this kind of form after,
Yes.
napag-usapan natin yung naging struggles niya nung pandemic, and
Correct.
who would have thought na he will go back to this kind of competitiveness in general. But Kim Tan is also in the mood to compete against Senyoron and the rest of Team Savouge as they regain the lead 17-16. Definitely a better matchup here in the second set as both teams are producing their points already.
Oh!
Great combination
What
player.
happened, Tita Mels?
Alam mo, si Senyoron parang na-miss time pa siya doon.
Correct.
Or parang nagkaharangan sila on the way to that combination play. But still executing it perfectly.
Correct. Again,
Look at
means
the reaction
doesn't
after.
justify the ends. It's still a point by
Credit that.
Senyoron.
Credit that to
Yes.
like the players who are involved in that play. I mean, Hernandez,
Yes.
napakagat na naman kay Angeles yung blockers. Kaya kahit muntik nang hindi matimingan ni Senyoron, perfect execution pa rin for them. But De Suyo is now back in for Alpha Omega. They continue to maintain the lead here against Team Savouge.
It's a 1-point lead here. Savouge can still equalize. Just like that, Hernandez's perfect connection with Angeles. One of the players with double digits, as you mentioned, in their last match against the Bayleaf Hotels.
Angeles producing 13 points in their last game. And ito yung isa sa malaking advantage ng Team Savouge. Dahil magaling yung setter, decente sila tumipensa, and very well activated yung mga gitna. Imagine, Magpayo producing 11 last game, and Angeles with 13 big points in just 4 sets.
Ooh, good up there by Enon. De La Peña chooses to bump it over. De Suyo. Good block touch there. Enon, let's see who he goes to. Amil Bahar, but it was picked up there. Kim Tan goes wide. Point for Savouge.
Costly error by Kim Tan, but Coach Ejen is gonna trust his players, his captain, dahil sumenyas ng challenge itong si Kim Tan. Susubok si Coach Ejet ulit dito. We are approaching the end game.
Right.
We're tied at 18-all. That was actually one of the longest rallies we've had in this game. Both teams really working on their defense, on their attacks.
Definitely, and as we saw that nga, si Senyoron inupo na, parang kota na daw siya sa puntos, kaya itong si Pagdayunan checks in, and as we review that challenge, that replay, there was no block touch indeed. Point rightfully goes to Savouge.
Kim Tan apologizing to Coach Ejet Mabayad. And the full front lineup is present for Hernandez and the rest of Team Savouge.
Good check there. Pagdayunan was there. Amil Bahar.
Very consistent player, Amil Bahar, connecting well with Hernandez. And you know, that wasn't even his strongest spike, but this player really knows how to score. As we go to another timeout, let's listen in.
Okay, ang ginagawa naman natin, sobrang hindi natin tumalon. Hindi natin tinitingnan kung saan nag-stop bola. So hindi natin natatapatan. Abi naman sa'yo, hindi natin kailangan madaliin yung galaw natin. Okay? Pagka kakamadali natin, nawawala tayo lalo. Dahan-dahanin natin, kunin natin yung pacing ng laro natin, yung galaw natin sa loob ng court. Okay? O, go!
Hey, Alpha!
A little bit of a reminder there from Coach Edget. Dahil nga, we are at the tail end of this set. Medyo nagiging impatient ang mga players, especially if gustong-gusto na nila pumuntos. And sometimes, that results into errors and free points for the opponent. Still on the service line is Pagdayunan. Alfaro with that perfect pass. Kim Tan gets blocked. De La Peña and Angeles was there. No coverage for Alpha Omega. See that one more time here. Miscue between Ginto and Alfaro there. Who's gonna get the coverage? 21 to 18 here. Make that 19. Again, service error has been the Achilles heel here for Savouge. And just like that, Senyoron checks in for Pagdayunan. Team captain Kim Tan on the service line. Let's see if they can catch up. 2-point deficit here in set number 2. 19 serving 21. Perfect pass there, Senyoron. Goes to De La Peña, pushes it over. De Suyo. Good coverage and a reaction there. De La Peña gets blocked. Hernandez was still there and on this time to Amil. Yes!
Amil Bahar yet again producing for Team Savouge. And we love seeing these rallies. Medyo absent yung mga ganitong kahabang rallies. During the first set, it was mostly a one-stop game for Team Savouge. But here in the second set, you see that both teams are really working hard for every point.
Great first ball. They go to Palisok. Who gets that point? Palisok saying game's not over. Set 2's not over yet. And Sila now checking in for Kuramen. Still a 2-point deficit here for the Alpha Omega squad. Just checking the rotation, making sure everyone's at the right place before the serves. Set everything in motion. Make that a timeout called by one of the teams.
Kalma na lamang pa naman tayo. Kalma lang, kalma. Nice one, nice one. Tapos pag wala naman makahabol sa quick. Basta iwas mo lang sa block. Kailangan natin ng first ball, pasa. Good pasa, good pasa. Dalawa naman kayo. Let's go! Let's go! Chacha, commit sa gitna, Chacha. Hey!
On your screens is head coach Sabtal Abdul, who's been calling the shots for your Savouge RTU Basilan squad. So far 1-0 in Pool D, sharing that pool with 5 other teams. 20 serving 22 here. We got Encila. Good serve there. Great first ball though. De La Peña, nobody at the net to defend that ball. But again, it's really the plays that Hernandez has been making.
And it will always be an advantage for any team kapag
Definitely.
alam mo yung crunch time, meron kang mga bala na combination plays. But of course, you need good defense for that. But Coach Ejan is gonna call for another timeout.
Tayo,
So
ano
makinig
gagawin
tayo.
natin? Saan gusto padala? Receive ano? One. Pilitin natin madala doon ha, para at least maisilit niya.
Ito na,
Go, tagay natin sa pass.
Go! Hey, Alpha!
Ngayon,
This time, Coach Edget asking for a timeout to give a specific play, specific instructions to his squad. They show you there on your screens. Calling the plays here for Alpha Omega. Amil on the service line. So far, very efficient for Team Savouge. Good serve there. Tan was there. Ginto. Great pickup by Senyoron, but there was someone who touched the net. Hernandez said, it might be him. It might be my jersey. I felt it. 3-point para sa Alpha Omega. Gailawan checks in for Amil Bahar there, right back. But Palisok so far on your screens, ready to serve for Alpha Omega. Still down by 2 points. Let's see if they can catch up here, tail end of set number 2. Great serve. Hernandez chooses Magpayo, who I didn't think will get that ball. Grabe talaga tong si Hernandez so far here in this match.
Alam mo yung maganda dyan, magaling na yung setter, pero lahat ng bala niya, very ready rin every time. And, you know, as much as we've been highlighting the setter, it's also like a complete formula for them to really go for those plays. Dahil ang ganda rin ng depensa nila, halos hindi na gumagalaw itong si Hernandez sa harap.
System has been really working well here for Savouge. Senyoron!
Malayo sa net.
Malayo sa net, trying to go for a bounce ball.
Too much follow through on that last hit. They are at set point right now, but we know that Alpha Omega, after this good performance in the second set, they're capable to regain the lead. So let's see if they finish it off. Back-to-back errors. And very rare for Hernandez. And don't look now, it is a 1-point ball game. Maninigurado si Coach Abdul, tatawag ng timeout. Makinig tayo.
Umudol sa kanya. Kung nasa mo, tapos iwalay-walay mo lang. Patakboy mo lang ito sa akin. Tapos pwede may bato sa kanya sa akin. Mawia ko, coach. Sa kanya. Rap, huwag ka nakatagilid ng gano'n. Harapin mo sa kanya. Sige, coach. Biyak play, ready ka lang gitna. Hey, go na! Tapos tayo, tapos! Hey! Savouge!
Thunders.
Again, at this point in time of every set, talagang nagiging mas specific na yung instructions na binibitawan ng mga coaches natin. Again, telling him who to go to, who to look out for as well. And overall, staying ready all the time for the plays that Hernandez again gives out. Good first ball. A 1-2 punch there. Savouge getting or ending the set number 2 with a very textbook play. Good pass, good set, and a good hit there.
It's also a great reaction or response from the players after that timeout. Just look at that high
definitely.
reach for that running short hit, finishing things off for Team Savouge as they lead this game 2-0.
That has been set number 2. A better rally back and forth between these two teams. 25-23 ang naitala in that last set. Team Alpha Omega medyo naka-warm up na in set number 2.
And definitely more players chipping in for for the scoreboard of Alpha Omega.
Right.
But yung errors naman ng Team Savouge, kung gaano karami yung errors na binitawan ng Alpha Omega in the first set, that's exactly what happened on Team Savouge. Kaya naging napakadikit din nitong second set. On top of the fact na gumagawa na nga ng sariling puntos itong Alpha Omega. As you take a look at the stats, 9 attack points compared to just 4 in the first set, and they managed to maintain their good performance in blockings. But look at the free points that they got from Team Savouge. 12 free points. Sabi siguro ng Team Savouge, ay nag-sponsor sila ng
Thank you so much.
half of the set. Mag-sponsor din kami dito ng half ng second set. But definitely better rallies in the second set, longer rallies, and more combination plays. And dito sa side naman ng Alpha Omega, we don't see as much combination plays, but basic plays do it for them already dahil mukhang mas gising na itong kanilang mga spikers. Talking about Kim Tan, 0 points in the first set, producing 3 points here in the second. And Ginto, top scoring for Alpha Omega, 6 points already for him. And already outscoring his performance last game, 5 points. On the side of Team Savouge naman, 10 points already for Emil Bahar. Senyoron with 7 and De La Peña with 5. Pero napaka-crucial din nung mga pag-activate nitong ni Hernandez.
Sobra.
Doon sa kanilang mga gitna.
I mean, Hernandez has been doing a very good job activating. Di lang yung mga middles lahat eh. Because as I recall earlier, front row, back row, everybody's been always ready for a set from Hernandez.
Let's not forget about that pipe hit na parang combination play lang yung tempo.
Pati yung lipad ng bola, sometimes you'd think that it would be for the outside hitter, but maya-maya, it's the middle blocker who would put it away. So talagang nakakalin lang ang mga set ni Hernandez.
And it takes a lot of, work and a lot of connection, experience playing together for those plays to happen.
Good check there. No follow through though. Point for Savouge. 1-all here in set number 3.
Angeles continues to dominate in the middle. I mean, just look at the height advantage. Pero other than the height, it's also the skills.
Definitely.
Really knows when and how to score.
Kim Tan with that first ball. De Suyo goes for Ginto in the back row. Hernandez chooses the middle. Who responds back, but what a way to hustle on the side of Savouge. But no control.
Oh, ganda nung effort na yun. Kahit na nasa first few points pa lang tayo ng third set, you know na every point really matters to these athletes.
Kim Tan on the service line. Good serve there. Senyoren was there to pick it up. Emil Bahar gets blocked. Parang twice pa lang siya nabablock dito sa game na to, Mels.
Oo nga eh. Kanina, 100% efficiency, but we love thinking players. Siyempre, alam na nila na paulit-ulit itong si Emil Bahar ang pumupuntos, kaya naman they should adjust in-game. And itong si Hernandez caught watching at the back. For sure, nasanay siya na pag si Emil Bahar lumipad, sure point agad.
Correct. Ako din siguro, hindi ko nakocoveran yun. Like, okay, puntos.
Na ano na eh, naging muscle memory na.
Yes.
You have those teammates
for
talaga.
sure. Oh, sinang.
Oo, yung parang, kaya mo na yan.
Hindi na, puntos to sure. We got Angeles there to serve. Middle blocker for Savouge. Ooh, goes a little bit wide. Free point. Again, service error. Free points for Alpha Omega. Let's see if these guys in white and black can capitalize on that. Kuramen, that serve. Ooh, Hernandez, what a set there. De La Peña. Again, no blockers. Let's see that one more time. Hindi nahawakan in the last sequence. Amil with that serve. De Suyo goes to Ginto. Tries to push it, but the antenna was there. 4-all here in set number 3.
Yung set na yun parang medyo lumagpas sa kanya. So he had to tip it over dahil nauna yung approach but it hit the antenna.
Amil once again serving. Ginto with a good pass. Palisok through the blockers. Palisok also making some noise here for Alpha Omega.
Palisok scoring 6 points on their last game. Ngayon, he has 5 after that hit.
Ooh, Magpayo with that a good hit. Unable to be controlled on the side of Alpha Omega. 5-all. Again, palitan lang ng puntos dito in set number 3.
Makita mo rin yung set na yon ni Hernandez, no? Just a bit higher
Yes.
for Magpayo. And that's when, you know, yung connection nila talaga malala. Dahil
Yes.
kapag ka zero tempo kailangan, yun yung gagawin nila. Pero kapag ka medyo nasa timing yung blocker, itataas nila ng konti para makaibabaw yung mga middles nila. As Hernandez already tallied 16 excellent
Wow.
sets in this game. Equalizing his output from last game. And yun, 4 sets yun. Ngayon, we're just beginning the 3rd set.
Correct.
Definitely a better performance for Hernandez.
Kitang-kita mo yung confidence niya with that jersey pagpag action kanina. De La Peña with that serve. De Suyo goes to the middle. Gets checked there. Senyoron defended there. Ginto goes all out. Nobody on the floor for Savouge. Point for these guys in white.
Ginto just improving throughout this game. You see him getting
Yes.
more powerful as
Yep,
he goes
yep.
each time. And he's getting more angles now. Kanina puro cross court, but now he's going to more directions.
Ooh, net infraction there on their way up. Insila says, sorry coach. Free point for Savouge.
Again, the play is on the side of Team Savouge. Just
Grabe.
look at that. Papasok na parang back quick,
Yes.
biglang magra-running. Great connection built between Hernandez and his spikers.
Great serve there in the free ball. Savouge getting that 8th point. We are headed to our first technical timeout.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Mela and Z, fun fact lang tungkol dito kay Kim Tan. Alam niyo ba na college na siya mag-start maglaro mo ng volleyball? Pag-alis niya daw kasi ng Samar, the plan was just to study here in Manila, but in a twist of fate, he found a new love in volleyball. With all the language barrier and culture shock that he experienced when he first came here, syempre bilang probinsyano, Kim says that it was through volleyball that he found a community and a home away from home. Kim is also graduating from Arellano real soon, and he hopes that his time here in the Spikers Turf will open doors for him to pursue this sport for a little while longer. Mela and Z?
Yeah, these are the stories that make sports so loved regardless of what event. Kanina parang si Senyoron nga, his story about, you know, making it into college but getting opportunity in the Spiker Surf. And then now, you know, surprises waiting at the doorway for Kim Tan. That's why people love tuning into athletes, to teams, to the sport, the game in general.
You know, more than the skills, just a lot of storylines emerging from every team, every player.
And also inspiring children to get into sports as well. But look at that, Amil Bahar getting that point for Team Savouge, who is now up by 3 points, 10 serving 7. Their captain Hernandez to serve.
Amil Bahar, 11 points already under his belt.
Good first ball. There you go. Kuramen with that running attack and the put away.
And Sila. And itong si Kuramen being activated. We haven't seen a lot of middle plays.
Yes.
Compared to
Yep.
Team Savouge, no? Talagang very balanced yung setting ni Hernandez. But on the rare times that Alpha Omega goes for those middle plays, it works for them.
De Suyo goes to Palisok, gets the point.
Palisok, you know, emerging as the second top scorer next to Ginto.
Yeah.
I think they're tied right now with 6 points. But it's good to see more support. Dahil kanina in the pregame, that's what we mentioned. It's not the efficiency that's the problem. Dahil ito nga si Kim Tan, ang taas ng efficiency last game. It is the support. And now he has more support in his teammates, Palisok and Ginto.
Ooh. Oh. Senyoron tries to Hail Mary that hit. And the prayers have been answered as someone touched the net on the side of Alpha Omega. Puntos para sa Team Savouge.
You see the frustrations out from the faces of the elite spikers. Kuramen and Palisok. Talagang napapailing na lang. They look so down as Team Savouge continues to enjoy a 2-point lead in the third set.
Kim Tan finding a dead spot there on the side of Team Savouge. Puts him on the service line here. 10 serving 11. Good first ball. Second referee sees that De La Peña crossed and touched the net there on his way down from his spike. But they're saying there might not be a net infraction. Calls for a challenge on that touch. Team Savouge's fan base here cheering them on as we wait for the results of this net touch challenge. Up with their gold and the blue balloons and clappers here in Paco Arena Event Center in Manila. Again, we're inviting you to catch the Spikers Turf 2023 Invitational Conference live here in Manila. Dito lang po kami, Paco Arena, every Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. But we're also live on One Sports and on high definition on One Sports Plus. You can also catch us online when you download Pilipinas Live for only 149 pesos subscription a month. Di lang volleyball ang mapapanood nyo dito, kundi basketball, UAAP, PVL, Spikers Turf, the V-League as well. Or no V-League there. Just the Spikers Turf and the PVL, but all the other sports. But here we go.
I think I can call 3 violations in this replay.
Diyos ko, buti na lang. Walang nakaapak or naapakan. But again, there was indeed a net infraction. Thank you so much for that net
We are at the third set and we want this game to finish safely for all the players.
Yes. Tied at 11 here in set number 3. Kim Tan, your leader for the Alpha Omega to serve. Almost an ace. Hernandez pushes it back. Free ball. Alpha Omega goes to Polisok. Senyoron was there. Palisok once again goes down the line. Iniwasan ni Enon, gets the point. 12 serving 11 this time. Keeping the lead here in set number 3.
Palisok stepping up in this game for sure. Talagang in the past sets, siya na yung maririnig yung mga pangalan para dito sa Alpha Omega.
Good serve there by Tan. Emil on that right side and put away. Tabla ulit, 12 all. Emil, one of the more reliable hitters here. Actually, lahat naman sila reliable. It's just that he's the most efficient so far here for Team Savouge.
He's been getting more today. 12 points already for Amil Bahar. 8 for Palisok. But we continue to witness an exchange of points here between Team Savouge and Alpha Omega.
Ginto there with that hit and the point. Ooh!
Lucky break for number 7.
Kuramen. Point is a point.
Look at Hernandez cheering on. Alam mo yung, hindi naman sila tambak,
Yes.
pero alam mo yung leadership niya talagang signaling and lifting up the morale of his teammates. Dahil siguro alam niya rin yung tendency.
Yes.
We did mention they're a relatively young team. Pag yan na down, baka mahirapan na makabawi. And they want to drift away from going on to set 4 like last game as their coach calls for a timeout.
Reset lang, hindi tayo aabot. Paano po mag 5 set yan?
Go. Guys, magiging predictable yung ginagawa ni Kenneth kasi nawawalan tayo ng pasa. Ibahin niyo ng pasa.
Go. Trabaho muna tayo. Tapusin natin.
Walang duda. Okay, Savouge!
I like how you hear these bits and pieces of, motivational phrases na ginagamit ng mga coaches, ng athletes. Walang duda. Yun ang nasabi kanina during that timeout here so far because now they're down 3 points. Very unlikely for Savouge. Make that 4 points. Here in set number 3, Palisok charging the way for Alpha Omega, sending us to our second technical timeout. We'll be back.
Outside hitters, as usual, it's Mark Espejo and Brian Bagunas. Sa opposite, si Joshua Mandal. And sa middles, Jason Ramos of UST. And Kim Malabunga kasi siya ang pinakamatangkad ngayon. And sa setter, Vince Mangulabdan pa rin. And libero is Louis Chavez. Lalaban. Kaya nila siguro all wins, no lose.
Wow. Idol ko din yung Jason Ramos.
Oo nga. Yun yung mga inabutan ko noon sa UST.
Oh, yeah.
Talaga namang hindi pa panahon ng men's volleyball, wala pang Spikers turf, but they managed to fill in the stadium or San Juan Arena before for those UAAP games. Pag-jersey era for, for UAAP.
I remember that 1-2 punch combo for UST, Jason Ramos and JP Torres.
Yes.
What a time. But let's check in this match once again. Miscue there for Savouge, a block there, Hernandez. 1-2 play, hindi siya ready, but almost getting a point there in zone 5. But a free point.
Alam mo kung pumasok yun, napakagandang intention for Hernandez. But we see a lot of miscues right now on the side of Team Savouge. Kanina, they really look like a well-oiled machine, working together, great system intact. But now, simula nang lumamang itong Alpha Omega, sunod-sunod yung mga miscues on their side.
Nice coverage by Savouge. Oh!
You see the libero and Ginto talking things off about that pattern dahil there was a big opening on that cross-court area dito sa side ng Alpha Omega.
Yes.
Masyadong pasok yung kanilang libero pero nabasa ko as a lip reader, akala niya daw magti-triple block itong si Ginto. So nakapasok siya. But they're gonna regain that point after that service error. Again, Savouge, they are down by 4 points here in the third set. The biggest lead established by Alpha Omega. And they even have more attack points in this set over Team Savouge, and the block points. Talagang ito rin yung pinakamataas na tally. This is 4 block points already for Alpha Omega.
Right. Again, the errors have been killing Savouge, and this time Alpha Omega is taking advantage of just that. Up by 3 points here. Ooh. Kim Tan saying it went out, but no contention there. Although Coach Edget Mabayad calls for a timeout before things can get worse for them. Let's listen in.
Isolate ko lang. Isolate ko lang.
Go tayo.
Hey, pre.
Ito para sa atin to. Pre, isang pasa lang yan, atake tayo ha. Tapos pag block cover tayo ng cover lagi. Hindi mo mapagod ha. Let's go! Let's go, Alpha! Mega!
Alpha Omega still enjoying a 2-point lead here in set number 3. Everything just going right for them this time around, which medyo narattle itong Savouge dahil hindi naman ganito yung ginagalaw kanina ng Alpha Omega. A little bit taken by surprise here in set number 3, but still 2 points. 2-point difference, di masyadong nagkakalayo. Let's see who will come out on top here in set number 3. Perfect pass. Desuyo goes to Tan. Check ball. Hernandez pushes it to Senyoron, but it does not go over. Make that a 3-point advantage for Alpha Omega.
The errors at this point, it's really gonna play a big factor for either teams. Dahil this is the best chance of Alpha Omega to extend this game. And for Team Savouge naman, iniiwasan nga nila na mangyari yung last game. Dahil pag nabigyan nila ng kumpiyansa yung kanilang kalaban, talagang bumababa din yung moral nila. But high hopes for Team Savouge, especially with the leadership of Hernandez, getting yet another point for Team Savouge, taking matters into his own hands. Let's look at his number 17, excellent sets. I believe he has 3 points already in this game as well.
Coramen with a period in that exclamation point of a running attack. Still keeping things at bay here for his squad. Alpha Omega on top by 3, hitting that 20th point mark here in set number 3.
Again, Desuyo going to his middles more in this set, and it's been working well for them. On the other hand, ito namang mga middles ng, or at least this particular set here, Angeles wasn't able to connect, turning that into another error. 4 points away na po ang Alpha Omega from getting set number 3. Make that 3 points. Coach Abdul wants to talk things over with his team as he calls for this timeout.
Kahit anong gawin natin play, pag wala tayong pasa, hindi tayo makapag-atake niyan. Kailangan ni Kenneth ang pasa. Baka di alanganin na yung bola, tayo na lang sa gitna para kaya na pa rin gawa ng paraan. Malayo pa yan. Hindi pa tapos yan.
Isa-isa muna.
Huwag kayong magmadali, hindi mo matapos ng mabilis. Yan, trabahuin.
Isa-isa lang tayo, isa-isa.
Si Lons, pag napatay natin ang service, tapos blocking sa'yo, play. Blocking sa'yo, black vote.
Hindi pa tapos, hindi pa tapos.
Kaya yan, Savouge! Thunders!
A very challenging situation here for Team Savouge, down by 5 at the tail end here of set number 3. Again, it seems like it nga na parang mas may karga lahat ng nanggagaling na bola from Alpha Omega. Their hits, their serves have been really tougher here in set number 3, forcing Savouge to, have return balls, have a lighter return balls. And errors as well, as Coach Abdul and the rest of Team Savouge asks for a block touch challenge here. Not letting things go. Talagang making sure every rally, every point, every sequence could go there in their favor. Especially we're at the 22nd point mark here in set number 3. Sabi nga ni Coach Abdul kanina, wag na natin hayaang umabot pa ng 5 sets to. Kung kaya na natin tapusin ngayon, why not?
Crucial stretch for Team Savouge. Kanina, nung first set, they were down nung kakasimula pa lang ng set na yon. But nahabol nila, and this time, let's see if they manage to replicate that effort. They really need to minimize their errors and get back to the body language and the energy that they had in the previous 2 sets.
Parang ngayon nga, medyo nag-doubt sila. There's a little bit of a hint of a doubt here for Savouge. Not as convincing, not as 100% in everything that they do. Ooh, there seems to be... Is that just a shadow? Oh, shadow nga lang.
No block touch.
No
Not
touch
the
there.
finger moves from that last replay.
Again, having the advantage of a challenge system has definitely changed the game here. Desuyo, their setter, to serve. Oh! Ooh!
Bad decision for Quinto to get that. Well, that was clearly gonna go out, but I guess yung reflexes niya, hindi niya alam kung galing ba sa block touch yun.
Right.
Nagpakasigurado
Just to be sure,
na lang.
correct.
But yung ball control, medyo kinapos. Team Savouge keeping their hopes alive in this game. Back-to-back errors on the side of Alpha Omega.
Kuramen having that good idea. There was nobody there, although it just went a little bit wide and out of bounds. Still in the game, Savouge with that serve. Alfaro was there. Desuyo goes right back to Kim Tan, putting it away. 1 point closer to wrapping this set up.
Just look at that. Alpha Omega at set point, and the team captain, Kim Tan, on the deck to serve. Pretty comfortable lead for the elite spikers.
Ooh! Palisok ending things right away from that Tan's jump serve. Hati sila ng puntos dun.
Take a look at that again. Sinasabi mong hati ng puntos, kargadong serve.
Yep.
And Hernandez couldn't go for the block as he is a back row setter. And just like that, we're going to a 4th set. after Alpha Omega took the third set 25-19.
That was set 3 in favor of Alpha Omega. Definitely capitalizing on the errors that Savouge has been making. And in response to that, Savouge has been reluctant in their every move. The boys in white taking advantage of just that. And everything that has been coming on the side of Alpha Omega. Talagang mas mababigat. Service yung palo. Parang hindi na sila nagdadalawang isip.
Kanina, pinag-uusapan natin how balanced yung efforts from all the spikers and everyone else from Team Savouge was.
Right.
But for Alpha Omega, they also rode on that pattern and a lot of players really stepped up for them. Talking about Palisok, 11 points already. Kuramin, crucial points for the middles. As we take a look at the attack points, first time na nag-tie ito. And actually, there was a point in the game na abante sila dyan sa department na yan. But look at the block points. The kill blocks, 5-0. And so far, this whole game, they've been very consistent in that department.
Yes.
And yung nagiging panlaban nila.
Right.
And sabi nga natin, kung puro blocks lang kulang, kaya sinamahan nila ng atake. And that formula worked well for them, getting that set number 3, 25-19. And even their service game, it also was on point in that third set. And let's see if the in-game adjustments of both teams remain on point in this set number 4.
So far, Alpha Omega Elite Spiker, 17th in the ranking of the team best blockers. Feeling ko aangat ng very significant after this match. Kasi, as you mentioned, it has been their strongest suit in this match. Limiting the attack efforts of Team Savouge. Probably also, gaining confidence for their squad and limiting the confidence of Savouge in return.
Well, for both teams, experience ang kanilang talagang hinahanap dito sa liga na to. Of course, they have their NCAA na pinaghahandaan nila, and some of the players here will face each other again in that major league. And the first point gonna go to Team Savouge. Some of the players also complaining about that call, but no challenges are gonna be called. Back-to-back points as Team Savouge starts strong in this fourth set.
1-all, set number 4. So far, everybody's trying to limit their errors as well, as we saw those statistics from set number 3. De La Peña, Alfaro was there. De Suyo goes to Kim Tan, who gets blocked, but ball still alive. Palisok! with that put away.
Angeles getting that good block touch, but sumobra yung coverage. And taking advantage was Palisok. No blocker in front of him. And you see that the elite spikers are even more aggressive in this game as we take a look at the leading scorers per team. Amil Bahar with 13, Palisok with 12. Ooh. And De La Peña joining the scoreboard. More points for this guy after that deep cross-court shot.
Again, look at how Hernandez gets his spikers one-on-one at the net. Great job for distributing. Jungle ball, Alfaro pushes it to Palisok on that right side. Hernandez was there. Senyoron sets Amil, pushes it gently. De Suyo chooses Ginto. Almost and is a point. 2 serving 3 here.
13 points for Ginto already. And even targeted that cross-court area. Walang libero. Angeles was there to get that big touch. But they were unable to recover, just like this other point right here. May nag-effort humabol, but they did not manage to keep the ball playable. As Alpha Omega, in just a blink of an eye, ties this fourth set, 3-all.
Ooh, nice serve from De Suyo. Hernandez, out of balance and out of bounds.
That was a good effort to keep the ball in play. Kaya lang nakatalikod siya sa net and the balance medyo mahirap matansya.
That's actually one of the things that I admire about setters na how do you control your body? Yung mga biglang deceleration. Kasi net's there. And you know, again, it's a showdown of skills here when you watch the games live. De La Peña. De Suyo was there. Palisok checks where his blockers are, avoids them. Hernandez. Ooh.
That set was definitely too tight. And Coach Abdul talking with his players. And look at Hernandez calming the team down. They're down by 2 points after starting with a 2-point advantage over Alpha Omega. Babawi agad itong si Hernandez kay De La Peña. Combination play, activating him.
So far, it just seems like they have been more or less careless with their movements. But para kasing high risk, high reward itong Savouge. Let's see how they capitalize on this free ball. Hernandez goes to De La Peña. Denied at the net.
It's been a roller coaster for De La Peña. An error, a point from a combination play, but this time he was well read. Look at that. Palisok. Nakikita mo yung adjustment niya mid-air. Yung kanyang forearms talagang may conscious effort to block the cross-court.
Ooh! Back-to-back block points. Again, blocking has been their strongest suit. Here, I'm talking about the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers, who's leading now 7-4.
Very demoralizing kill blocks. Just look at that, 12 block points already for Alpha Omega. Just 2 for Savouge in this whole game. Let's see if he makes up for it. Back-to-back blocks against De La Peña. Gotta love the effort of Hernandez na pabawiin, pero mukhang bantay sarada talaga as Alpha Omega, just like that, goes to the first technical timeout.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Razel Palisok has been in the Spikers Turf for around 8 years, having played for the Navy and then for IEM and then for Vanguard and of course here for the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers. Kwento nga ni Razel, the teammates, the system may differ for each team he plays for, but for him, his enjoyment and his passion for the sport remains the same. Sa tinagal-tagal niya dito, isa na lang daw ang hinihiling na ma-experience ni Razel dito sa Spikers Turf, and that is to get a taste of a championship. And speaking of Razel, we have a question for you guys in the Pilipinas Live app asking, which winger will top all scorers? Is it going to be Razel Palisok or Lawrence Senioron? You can also let us know what you think with the hashtag SpikersTurf2023 on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Melenzi?
So far, ano na ba yung stats natin, Tita Mels? Who's up there? But it seems like it's between Palisok and Senioron so far here in this match.
Itong si Abil Mahar.
Ay, correct.
As they are the top scorers so far. But well, look now, we have a new setter on the floor for Team Savouge. We have Constantino calling the shots.
Kabilyan, not the tallest of middle blockers. But he's there, he's making some noise, and he got a point for his squad here, who's up by 4 points here in set number 4. Good first ball. Ooh, a change of setter here for Team Savouge. Ayun na nga, nabanggit kanina ni Coach Abdul na medyo nagiging predictable sila. I think, and that's why Alpha Omega has been getting a lot of block points here.
I think yung tatlong blocks ng, ng Alpha Omega, napaka big factor noon for Coach Abdul to decide na palitan muna si Hernandez and maybe make him get a feel of the game from another perspective.
Ooh, and a check out.
Arriaga producing points for Team Savouge. He scored 4 points off the bench last game. And this time, kailangan nila ng spark plug.
Yes.
And they are trailing 2 points here against Alpha Omega.
Ginto with that first ball. Kim denied. And the ball goes back to their side of the court. But Coach Edget and the rest of these guys are asking for a net touch.
If this point gets awarded to Team Savouge, that will be back-to-back points for Arriaga, turning out to be a magic bunot here for set number 4.
Let's see. Ooh, there was indeed a net infraction by Arriaga. Again, wait for the coaches to ask for challenges. Eagle eyes. Pagdating sa volleyball or, you know, minsan sinusugal na lang.
And medyo complicated dito, no? Parang tamang taya. Kasi sa PVL, you see the coaches scattered all over the court. They really have staff to mark every possible challenge calls. But dito, nandun lahat sa bench. But still, they've been getting successful challenges. But this time, Team Savouge getting a block point, something that they really need to work on kasi yun yung nagiging biggest advantage ng Alpha Omega over them.
Pero nagbabalik ang mga errors, especially the ones coming from the service line. Arriaga with that error. Alpha Omega trying to pull away in set number 4. Desuyo with that serve. Ooh, overpass. Kim Tan manning the net.
That's gonna count as another block point for Team Savouge. You know, very ironic yung resulta dito sa department na to. Kasi last game, itong Team Savouge had 12 blocks over 6 of the Bayleaf team. And yung last game naman ng Alpha Omega, they only had 5 blocks over 10. Pero ngayon, this is a different ball game for both these teams. Using a different advantage right now. But look at that, talking about advantage. Angeles towering the triple block of Alpha Omega.
Ooh, Senyoron, another service error.
You did ask me kanina nung first set, anong kailangan gawin ng Alpha Omega? They need to make streak of points, and right now, that's exactly what Savouge needs to do dahil malaking lamang. This is a 4-point lead, pero yung puntos nila pa isa-isa tapos tapo na naman ang errors.
Correct. Tan with that serve. De La Peña denied once again. He tries one more time. Goes for a check ball, but the referee says no.
Makikita mo talaga na he intended na ipacheck yung bola na yon. It was very tight, and nabasa ng blockers yung mga gagawin niya. Kaya binaba nila yung kamay nila on their way up. Milbahar and Hernandez checking back in for Team Savouge. This is a 5-point lead established by Alpha Omega. Let's see if did they use their time to reflect while they were benched.
De La Peña with that pass. Hernandez goes for the middle. De Suyo looks for Palisok. Angeles pushes it over. Easy there. Palisok tries one more time. Sumilip sa blockers. And gets the point.
Palisok with the hot hands in this game. He suddenly just had his switch turned on at some part of the game. I think that was the third set. And he didn't look back. Right now, top scoring also for Alpha Omega. 14 points already, even outscoring itong si Ginto.
Antonio with that good first ball. Senyoron from the back gets a nick of De Suyo's hands there.
Senyoron babawi as De La Peña went out already and has been replaced by Antonio dahil demoralizing nga naman yung sunod-sunod na block sa kanya, and it seems like it really got to his head. Bumaba yung kumpiyansa niya. So let's see if Antonio gets to replace the shoes of De La Peña, who also had his fair share of good highlights in this game.
Good effort there on the side of Savouge, but Palisok too powerful to handle and sends us to our second technical timeout. Watch the PBA 3x3 second conference this year every Monday and Tuesday only on One Sports, PBA Rush, and Pilipinas Live. PBA 3x3, laro ang ng tatlo. We're back here, set number 4. We got a full-packed arena here. Paco Events and Sports Center in Manila. Almost said San Juan there, but yes, we are in Manila. Bukas po ang ibang ganap sa PVL happening in Phil Sports. But here in the men's division, we got Savouge and Alpha Omega. Bakbakan dito, set number 4. Palisok hammers it off his blockers, but still nonetheless gets the point.
You see the blockers of Team Savouge already marking Palisok since it's been doing most of the damage for Alpha Omega, but even that last spike was too strong for those double block.
Andes tries Antonio with that slim shot there.
And look at the players from Team Savouge. Just really trying to pick up not just their game, but also their energy inside the court. It really matters a lot. You know, if you're into sports, you know that the intangibles really play such a big factor in the game.
Palisok once again, hot hands here on that right side.
I just can't believe that in their last game, nagkulang ng suporta itong si Tan. Dahil ngayon, he's getting all the support from Palisok. He woke up and he chose to produce very important points for Alpha Omega against Team Savouge today.
Again, Alpha Omega, this is only their second game here in the Spikers Turf Conference. Kaya para kanina makikita natin na talagang hinahanap pa ni Coach Ejet yung tamang timpla, yung tamang anim para sa team niya. And so far, yun na nga, Palisok stepping up here as Kim Tan was the leading scorer during their first game. Two-man substitution here for Tona and Teo once again, subbing in for Desuyo and Palisok. Let's see how these changes things for Alpha Omega. We got Antonio on the service line for Savouge. Ooh, short serve there. 7-point deficit. Something I think nobody expected at the first and second set.
So far, ito yung nagiging trend din for Team Savouge, no? I'm not sure if they relax kapag third set, because that's also the set that they dropped against Letran. But kailangan nilang ma-overcome yan, because right now, I feel like itong Alpha Omega, they really are capitalizing on the momentum that they got to build after that third set win. And this is such a big lead, 6-point lead against Team Savouge. Make that 7.
Keeping that 7-point lead here. Not helping that they're making easy points or errors for their squad. Kabilyan. Sinagot din ang service error. Palitan lang ng puntos for these two teams.
Senyoron is in the front line. The top 3 scorers for Team Savouge are in the front line. Let's see if they make something out of this rotation.
Ooh, Alfaro, good coverage. Teo. Alfaro pushes it. Ooh! Good call there. Should we credit that to Alfaro? A point for him. You see him on your screens enjoying that point that he offensive defense ang tinatawag natin dyan.
Every libero's dream, makapuntos. But look at that. It doesn't make sense that the Enon would go all the way to zone 1 and not even, you know, call for that ball. Kasi syempre malilito eh. Antonio, nasa harapan niya na yung bola, but andun din si Enon.
Ooh, good defense there. Nobody to pick it up. Senyoron was there. Teo pushes it to Tan. And they called that it did not even cross the inside plane of the court.
Still a comfortable cushion for the lead spikers, but ayaw mag-relax ni Coach Ejet. Papasok agad itong si Palisok. As Senyoron goes to the back line. So far, it's also yung mga basic miscues, no? Yung mga unnecessary na errors yung nakakommit ng Team Savouge. But Senyoron will step up as we approach the final stretch of set number 4. Alpha Omega 4 points away from extending this game into a 5th set. But let's see if Senyoron and Co gets to close out this game in 4 sets.
Ooh, nice serve, but Alfaro with a better pass. Kim Tan denied and stared down here by Antonio.
Antonio really stepping up for Team Savouge. Let's take a look at that again. Single man block. Ganda ng punta at payong niya dun sa last atake na yon ni Kim Tan. And Alpha Omega Elite Spikers are gonna call for a timeout.
Okay naman yan, single tayo. So, keep pa rin. Okay. Okay naman yung ginagawa at tsaka yung paulit.
Tignan tayo. Sige lang. Okay yun.
Okay lang.
Go.
Dinirich mo lang. Okay lang. Go lang.
Pag nilita yun, no? Ngayon tumata na. Wala mawawala ako. Pag nilita yung quicker. Pre, apat na lang yan. Apat na lang yan ha. Pagdala natin pasa. Alba! Mega!
Nako, narinig niyo na, nanggigigil na tong si Palisok na, guys, focus tayo, apat na lang.
Apat na lang yan. Parang tipong, akong interpretation ko, apat na lang yan. Kaya ko yung apat na yan.
Bigay niyo na sa akin yung apat na bola.
Kung pwede lang sa isang malakas na palo, apat na puntos.
But again, we love seeing the aggressiveness here, especially that they're down 1 set. De Suyo pushes it to Palisok. Gets checked there, ball still alive. Hernandez looks for Antonio. Antonio tips it over! Pamatay sunog. Nobody expected that. Again, Antonio, the latecomer here in set number 4, who might be the game changer for Team Savouge.
Well, you know what? That's been his role. In their last game, he produced 6 points off the bench. Right now, he has 4. I believe in just 2 rotations. Pangalawang ikot niya pa lang to sa harapan, but it's been very crucial. Dito sa stretch na to, he's gonna get the second touch. Senyeron is gonna cross over to the side of the Alpha Omega. Masyadong pasok yung set na yon, but he still went for it with all power.
I mean, you would always appreciate that from your players na kahit anong klaseng bola, all out ka pa rin.
But it takes a lot of mastery para maitawid yung mga ganon. It's not always about power.
Ooh.
And Kemptan with a crucial service error as Team Savouge is building on their momentum to keep up.
We got Jason Angeles on your screens for the serve. Good serve. Kim Tan. Easy over there by Alfaro. A little too low for Amil, but Amil checks it. Alfaro was still there. De Suyo pushes it to Ginto, who tips it over. Ball still alive. Amil, medyo natapilok, but everybody was there. Palisok. Easy push there. Antonio clips it. De Suyo looks for Palisok. A little too tight, but tooled his blockers. Gets the point. Inching closer and closer to closing this set number 4 in their favor.
Palisok got blocked kanina. Antonio single-handedly blocking him. And ngayon, he makes sure to get the point in a smart fashion as Savouge calls for a timeout.
Hey, Savouge! Sablang tayo kayo naman ko.
Calming his man to focus and get the necessary string of points that they need here in set number 4. Good pass. Hernandez goes to Antonio. Once again, money shot for Antonio there, squeezing the ball to that cross-court angle. Kanina, 7 points yung inahabol nila. Ngayon, 3 puntos na lang.
Talk about Antonio and his way of really stepping up. Oh, but we see Hernandez is down on the floor. That set was too tight for Ginto. He's holding on to his knee.
I hope he's okay. It seems like he's really in pain there. Ginto landing on him.
Nabol pa din kahit masyadong dikit na yung set. But we are at the crucial part. So you can't blame the players. Look at that. Broad jump. Ooh. Hernandez stepping on to Ginto.
Feeling ko kaya niya yan, di ba, Jack? Alam mo yung mga ganyan na, sipa-sipain, okay ka na.
Minsan kasi namamanhid because of
Correct.
the impact.
That's why. But I hope it's nothing too serious. It seems like he's still in good spirits somehow. He's now given knee support. I think he'll fight through the pain. He'll fight through whatever situation that he's in right now. There's a stretcher beside him, but it seems like, is he gonna use it? Is he gonna stand up? Yes. Everybody cheering for him, saying, laban natin to.
I think the next thing that the whole team has to do is not make him move. Give him perfect digs, perfect receptions. And look at the sportsmanship. Ginto and Hernandez exchanging, shaking hands in the middle of the court. Now a 2-point ball game. Alpha Omega still with the lead.
Still in the game.
Alisok,
Denied there.
blocked.
Ooh, nice set there. Ginto denied.
Just look at that. After falling to, an injury scare, Hernandez gets a block point. Of course, it was a collaboration between Magpayo and Hernandez. But you gotta love the heart of Hernandez as Coach Edwin Mabayad calls for a timeout.
Talay mo yun, grab mo yung opportunity na yun. Advantage natin yun. Pero pag binato sa'yo, gamitin mo kasi pasusunod din natin dito yan. Okay? Receiver, dito. Decide. Pag sumunod, squigger ba to? Pag hindi, okay, go.
Pagandahin lang. Let's go, Alpha!
Reminding his team was Coach Ejit Mabayad, saying we can actually use this to our advantage and maybe make plays on his side of the court. Talking about Hernandez, who's in the game but limping quite so often. But still, they got the point. They only need 3 more to wrap up this game. Let's see how they can do just that. You got Amil Bahar on the service line. Good pass there. De Suyo sticking to the game plan, making plays on that right side of Team Savouge. Set point para sa Alpha Omega.
That was also a risky set, underhand quick set. But they make something out of that one, leading to this set point for the Alpha Omega Elite Spikers, and their top scorer in Palisok will throw this one away. Team Savouge has the opportunity to tie this set number 4 with Antonio on the deck to serve. Senyoron, 10 points already for this guy. Let's see if he works his magic while he's in the front line. First thing they need to do is get the serve on the other side.
Yasuyo. Ooh. Ginto saying we are still alive and in this game. Huwag kayong aalis.
Great effort avoiding the blockers. Kakabig in the middle of zone 6 and 1 as they take this 4th set 25-23, and we are going to a 5th set.
That has been a crazy 4 sets so far. First and second getting Savouge getting the first and second set, third and fourth para naman sa Alpha Omega. But again, you've seen the growth, the transition, the adjustment of these men in white and black. Kaya parang pati yung mga tao dito in Paco Arena napapa-cheer na kahit hawak nila blue and gold. But you know, this has been what Coach Abdul for Savouge has been saying kanina na kaninang third set, sinasabi na niya sa mga players niya na wag na natin paabutin ng 5 sets pero parang na-jinx na nga. Ito na, 5 sets na tayo, Tita Mels.
And parang ito nga, Team Savouge, they really couldn't find an answer to the explosion of Palisok. I mean, this guy, 18 points already, while Ginto producing 11 points. Take a look at the set stats. Parang nung set number 3 lang. So, good things happen to Alpha Omega kapag nakakasabay sila sa atake. And again, they remain to be consistent in the blocking department, overpowering Team Savouge, who also stepped up in their blockings. 3 block points in this game.
Definitely.
4 block points for Alpha Omega. But itong Team Savouge, they made just one more error against Alpha Omega. But it's really the breaks of the game as well. I mean, Palisok just really making those crucial points when they need the momentum back. On the other side, medyo mas nag-stop ng scoring itong si Amil Bahar. If he was 6-on-6 during the first set, parang nag-slow down talaga yung scoring. Dahil right now, he's at 13 points. Still high, but nonetheless, we need more na makakasabay dito sa napakataas sa porsyento nga ni Palisok. And so far, Team Savouge still at an advantage when it comes to the overall attacking. 49 throughout the 4 sets that they played versus 35 of Alpha Omega. But the blocking, 14 block points already for the elite spikers. Parang dapat elite blockers na sila. But the errors as well.
I concur.
More errors committed by Team Savouge.
De Suyo goes to the middle. Kuramen getting the first point again. Hanggang 15 lang tayo dito. Every point is very urgent at this time and place of the game. Again, Alpha Omega 0-1. Samantalang Savouge 1-0. Let's see who will take home the W after tonight's game. Senyoron, look at that clip of the wrist.
I mean, he probably heard, sinong uuwi na may panalo, biglang pinalo ng malakas cross-court. And he even had 2 blockers there. And that's very, you know, it's very fearless of him na kahit ang lakas ng blockings ng Alpha Omega, challenge niya pa din.
Ooh, great dig there by Enom, but a net infraction.
Again, this miscues on the Team Savouge. It's not gonna help them. They need to play flawless in the 5th set. I mean, it's very frustrating getting the first 2 sets na sobrang dominated ninyo. Tapos, it will end up matatalo kayo ng 5-setter dahil andun na lahat ng effort. Hernandez even fighting through that injury scare.
Yes, exactly.
Senyoron, di ba? Parang yung leadership naman, nagpasa-pasa sila. And Senyoron embracing that leadership role right now as we see Antonio rotating to the front line, one-on-one with Palisok.
2-2 sets apiece. Ooh! Again, service error has been the kryptonite of Team Savouge. Free point again for Alpha Omega. Kuramen on deck to serve.
Kuramen as well has been such a good player off the bench. 7 points off the bench, but Amil Bahar is going to come alive. We know what he's capable of doing. At one point, we did mention 100% efficiency in attacking. So he just needs that confidence back dahil 5th set, talagang porsyentuhan ang labanan.
Better serve from Savouge. They go to Palisok. Nobody. Clean hit for Palisok there.
I mean, Palisok could probably score against a triple man block.
For sure.
Kapag single block lang yung tumal. Kanina, I think he got blocked dahil medyo mas mababa yung set, mas dikit. But pag high sets, I think it's gonna be very hard to guard him. It's just a single blocker.
Antonio gets checked. De Suyo pushes it to Ginto, who tips it over rather. Signoron, easy push there. Alfaro was there. De Suyo goes to Ginto once again, goes for the cross-court shot. Enon was there. Antonio with the tip, but with the infraction at the net.
I think they're gonna risk a challenge. But the coach is asking if he should. Let's take a look at that again in this replay. Parang sumobra sa clippings.
Again, you can't feel sometimes these things kasi adrenaline. Minsan yung iba, may hawak, may suot pang sleeve. So, you know, so many factors. But again, we have the benefit of a challenge. So we see very clearly what happens, what goes on. But again, for all, set number 5, you guys, Kim Tan with that pass. De Suyo pushes it to Ginto once again. Overcooks it. First referee calls it a point for Team Savouge.
Makikita mo itong si Palisok, sumisilip na. And he was actually expecting a set kahit nasa back row siya. But De Suyo will trust his frontline spikers. But Ginto will commit a back-to-back attack error, giving the lead back to Savouge. This is a 1-point ball game. Lagi nga sinasabi ng coaches na kung sino mas malinis yung laro, less error sa 5th set.
Yes.
They usually, almost always, takes home the win. And Palisok.
Right there on cue. Hernandez goes to Signoron from the back row.
Signoron struggled with his pipe attacks all throughout the game. But getting a point right when it mattered. Here in the 5th set, getting their 7th point. Let's take a look at that again. Great swing. Ganda ng form. Targeting the end line.
Signoron, na sukat ang court here. Amil with that serve. Good serve. De Suyo pushes it to Ginto. Once again, tries it. Gets checked. Easy for Savouge. Antonio with that tip once again. 2 for 2 with that easy tip and put away.
You see the frustrations from the face of Palisok. That was his ball. Pero hindi naabangan. And we are gonna have this change court. So you take a look at this replay. Look at Antonio flying and changing his decision last second to go for the drop.
I feel like that's the perfect form for a tip ball. Kasi talagang nakita mo kumasa pa rin yung braso niya. Thinking that he would still like go for 100% hit.
And he's been having clean hits.
That's
kaya
why,
naman sobrang atras din yung mga defenders.
That's right. Defenders of Alpha Omega anticipating a full swing from Antonio. Alpha Omega also switching things up. Diwa checking in for Cabillan. They're down 3 points so far here. Set number 5. Also checking if the rotation and the placement is correct. Oh, another timeout also. A substitution and a timeout called by Coach Edget.
Hey, Alba!
You're seeing Alpha Omega Elite on your screens, and now Amil for Team Savouge on the service line. They're up 3 points, 8-5 here in set number 5. Tan with that perfect pass. Diwa gets a check. Hernandez pushes it to Senyoron.
That was
Antonio rather, sorry. Antonio this time going for a powerful cross-court hit and getting the point nonetheless. Perfect placement there. They're now up 9-5. Amil still with that serve. Hernandez, or Desuyo rather.
Look at the save from Team Savouge,
What
giving
an
away a free
effort.
ball.
Senyoron! This time it goes out.
Medyo nailang din kasi may nagkadapaan din sa harap niya. So not his usual spike approach. But nonetheless, they have a 3-point lead here. Just 6 points away from taking this game.
Hernandez saying that was his fault. Giving it to the pipe kahit yun na nga. Medyo kagulo on the floor. Ginto with a jump serve. Enon tried to pick it up. Senyoron with an easy push. Palisok was there. Tan. Check ball and the point.
You know, Tan has really produced just limited points in this game, but now his captainship, his leadership is well needed in the 5th set. Team Savouge is going to call for a timeout.
Para matuloy-tuloy natin. Go, go, go. Happy? Sige, kunin mo natin. Ay, dalawa.
Ano yung ilang yung kasi?
Matagal mo ng block. Sukutin mo. Huwag mataas kasi yung block mo. Baba mo pa ng gano'n.
Huwag natin patikitin to ah. Adi, sa magandang pasta. Magandang pasta. Dito ba tayo nan? Naka-focus sa kailan. Men, apa tayo? Up! Wait lang. Huwag ka nyo. Huwag ka na tumasa. Sila yung men, one good pass. Let's go, let's go. Hey!
Dashing the T's, dotting the I's. Hernandez making sure everything has been talked about during the timeout. Easy pass, perfect set, easy kill. Simplihan lang natin. Keep your confidence. That's Team Savouge, who's up 9-7 here at number 5. Ginto on the serve. Hernandez chooses the middle. Getting that point was Charlie Magpayo, tooling his blockers.
Magpayo scoring 11 from their last game. And right now, coming alive as yet another key player for Team Savouge in crucial stretches of the match. I think that was his 8th point already. As we see Magic Bunot Antonio for the serve.
Ooh!
Mababate!
But it's okay. They can afford that error. Let's see. They're still up by 2. Cabillan checking in for Diwa on that serve. Good serve there. Ooh, let's serve. Good up there. Magpayo pushes it to Senyoron.
I mean, Senyoron has had a couple of struggles in this game with his attacks, going outside. Pero yung mga ganyan niya na palo, talagang we go back to him being a blue chip rookie during this time. And right now, not playing like a rookie at all, but looking like a seasoned veteran here in the Spikers turf.
Good pass by Tan. Tan gets the set. But a good check from Hernandez. Pushes it to Senyoron. Alfaro was there. Tan tries once again. No blockers, but was picked up by Antonio. Senyoron trying to hit some of the blockers there.
You know, this is a personal observation. Kapag ka yung set sa kanya, yung medyo palagpas, oo. That's not...
It's not his set.
Yeah, it's not his set. He usually struggles na nakahiga siya pag papaluin yon. But they're gonna try to call a challenge for a net touch violation against Alpha Omega. They're 4 points away in taking home this game. Getting some instructions from Coach Abdul. What a regaining moment for Lawrence Senyoron. Very inspiring journey. But let's take a look at this. Clear net touch violation. For sure, hindi yan naramdaman.
I'm sure.
Damit
I'm sure. Di naman sinadya, ref.
Usually yan yung sinasabi.
Yeah.
Ref, pag manatawagan, di naman sadya. Damit naman. We have a
Magpayo.
frontline setter
Yeah.
also for Team Savouge.
Good pass by Ginto. Tan tries this time. Yes!
Coach Edget Mabayad, for sure, isa to sa game plan nila in the 5th set. Really exhaust si Hernandez dahil may
true.
iniingatan
Yes.
diba?
You're right. And that has been the instruction kanina, tail end of 4th set na let's capitalize on that weakness. Ooh!
Great follow-through by Angeles. Halos binali niya na yung elbow niya para lang mapa-short yung bola na yon. Let's take a look at that again. Great reception as well.
Perfect set. Hernandez not even moving an inch for that set there, but Coach Edget smelling some blood here. Calls for a timeout.
Bato. Okay, isolate. Kailangan mapasama lang kita. Timingan lang yung pasok. Okay? O, simulan natin dito, pagtulungan. Huwag natin pagagawan. Ang laki ng court na yan. Hatiin natin, hatiin. Palitin natin yan. Go.
Isa-isa na nga, isa-isa na.
Pigilan natin yan. Pigilan natin sila.
Go, go! Hey, elbow!
Vega!
Cutting things into simpler, bite-sized pieces here. Coach Edget Mabayad giving some instructions to his squad. They're down by 4 points. Not impossible dahil nagawa na nila kanina in set number 4. But they need to play perfect volleyball from here on out. Capitalizing on Hernandez, who's now in the back row to serve. Besuyo goes to Palisok, rather Alfaro. Once again. Oh!
Great adjustment by the blockers of Team Savouge. You see na ginawa ng shorter yung set, no? Kumpara dun sa una niyang pinalo. Para gumalaw man lang yung blockers, pero ang ganda na naging bantay kung saan nakaharap dun niya pinalo. And Angeles being the taller, efficient blocker. Just really getting that kill block.
He chose the wrong angle. Let's see this time. Enon was there. Amil blocked this time.
Ganda ng depensa ni Enon doon. Tatayuan yung napakalakas na cross-court hit ni Palisok. But right when Amil Bahar got blocked, nakita natin si Hernandez nag-apologize agad kay coach. Parang alam niya na establish yung blockers doon. Kaya dapat di niya doon binato.
And Sila being chosen to sub.
Team Savouge and their fans cheering on them. Isa na lang. Let's see if they take this home.
Ooh!
That
Well, there
was
you
a
have it.
tough job.
Yes, definitely. For you to be subbed in at a very crucial moment.
Even veterans would probably have nerves during those kinds of moments. But look at Team Savouge. All-out efforts in their game today. Magic Bunot Antonio.
Oh, yes.
Magpayo Angeles. And of course, Hernandez fighting through that bad fall. And very exciting to see who's going to emerge as our player of the game today.
That's it, you guys. 5-setter match for the last game here in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. We'll be back for more.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. May pakaba lang ng konti but still undefeated here in the Spikers Turf are the Savouge RTU Basilan after a pa-Savouge 5-setter win versus the Alpha Omega Spikers. And I'm here with the best player of the game, Lawrence Signeron. Lawrence, congratulations on the win. Sinubukan kunin ng Alpha Omega yung panalo, no? Kinuha nila yung 3rd and 4th set, but in the 5th set, mas gigil kayo. What was the mentality behind that? Ano yung conversation nyo in the huddle that allowed you guys to close this game out in the 5th set?
Teka lang. Kanina kasi medyo hindi ko alam kung naging kampante yung mga kasama ko or siguro na-excite na makuha yung panalo. Pero nag-usap naman kami na hindi natin pwedeng basta bitawan kasi tayo na yung nauna. Nakadalawang set na tayo and sayang yung pagod kung bibitawan natin, di ba?
Napakadaming Savouge fans dito sa arena. What was it like playing here in the Paco Arena with that kind of atmosphere?
Sobra akong na-overwhelmed kasi grabe support nila. Kita mo naman, di ba? Talagang tumatalon sila kada puntos. And kahit sila, nakakatuwa kasi hindi din sila bumitaw. Talagang chine-cheer pa rin nila kami kahit parang championship game. Pero yun, thank you sa kanila.
Thank you and congratulations again, Lawrence. Excited kami makita kung anong susunod nyong pa-Savouge. But for now, we're sending it over to you, Mel and Z.
All right, that's our best player of the game. But let's see what went down in that set number 5. Do or die for both teams. Talagang hanggang dulo naglabanan. But, I mean, they had Hernandez who's already struggling. But Signeron and the rest just pulled through.
And I think the recipe for them is to go back to their ways ng 1st and 2nd set dahil yung kanilang mga naging atake ay napakarami kumpara sa atake na na-produce nitong Alpha Omega, and I guess it's just an overall effort from the whole team. I mean, nabanggit nga natin na may mga players na nag-step up talaga. Pinasok ng 4th set, nag-step up, nag-maintain ng laro in the 5th set. Talking about Antonio. And yung mga middles nila, sila Angeles, well activated also in the 5th set. But look at the attack points. 10 points compared to 4 in the 5th set. And yung block points also, na-limit din ng Savouge yung strength ng Alpha Omega in that department. And although they made one more error compared to Alpha Omega, 5 versus 4, and nakapagpundar sila sa atake, which was exactly the trend that they had in the 1st and 2nd set, making it a game for the team Savouge to win.
That's right. And earlier we were asking when will we see the next pa-Savouge? That's it. Games on Sunday here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, Manila, November 5. We got MKA San Beda University at 11 a.m. versus Philippine Air Force at 1 p.m. We got Ateneo versus Santa Elena, 3 p.m. Davis Adamson versus Santa Rosa. And your last game for that quadruple header Sunday, Centro Mall Generals and PGJC Navy. That's it for today, your Fiery Fierce Friday here in the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. This has been Zier Basho with my partner Mela Tunay and Doreen Sway Baguio. Maraming salamat po na nagsubaybay kayo sa aming laro today. Kita-kits on Sunday.